Phenomenal effects right here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to identify some useful patterns, very important patterns in forex trading. Um, I'll be considering double bottom and double top today. Uh, for most of us, we know about the M pattern. When you hear people talking about the M pattern, that's a double top. This is the first top, and this is the second top. Then you can hear about somebody say W pattern. That is double bottom. Is the first bottom, the second bottom. Meanwhile, please excuse me, I have to move this thing up so that I can have the enough space to write. Okay, so like I was saying, when we see those patterns, what we have to do is to go enter a trade at the right time. Now, there are so many persons who have problems because what so many people believe is, so many traders believe is, when you want to place a trade, when you want to identify a double bottom, the second leg must be at the same level with the first leg. That's what they believe. Must be at the same level. The same thing goes for the whole top. They have to be at the same level. One must not be too higher or lower than the other. So actually, this is a perfect perfect double bottom, and this is a perfect double top. But in most cases, you may not find them like this. There are times you'll find something like this on the chart. You might see something like this. While some traders will not consider this a double bottom, I consider it a double bottom and it works for me. Also, the same thing goes for the double top. You might see something like this, or you might see something like this. The second leg, the top of the second leg might not get to the same level as that of the first leg. So I still know it to be a double top or double bottom, depending on this, which one is happening on the chart at that time. All right, so how do we identify them in the chart? Now, the main issue with this, the main issue with this thing is the entry, because for instance, if you have a double top like this, it is expected as a conservative trader, you want to be careful. You would want to enter your trade right here at this point, at here, after the price has broken this neckline. That's where you want to place your trade. You enter your position. The same thing goes for the double top. After the price has entered, after the price has broken this position or broken the neckline, before you would want to enter the trade. But there are instances, these things do not work all the time. Like, although there's no perfect strategy in forex. Now, what I'm trying to say is let me show you something. There are times you will find these patterns formed in such a way like this. You see the moment, you see the forms, like you see the way the leg starts, comes back, gets it to the top, forms the second leg. Now, if you want to wait for the price to break the neckline before going in for the trade, that's to break this neckline, before you enter your position. In most cases, what the price will just do is to come back here and go down. That is it. So what I do when I notice that this neckline, when I notice that the neckline is close to the top of the leg, I usually want to enter my trade once I get a confirmation here. If I get a confirmation, maybe a candle pattern right here, that's when I will enter my trade. That's what I will do, because I expect it to go up. I entered aggressively with my stop loss right below this level, around here. But if it happens that I have something like this, the neckline is just here, then I would want to wait for the price to break this neckline before I continue. So these are two different instances. The first one, the neckline is at the top, gets to the top here, and comes down. While the second one, the neckline is right here at the middle. So you enter it, I enter the trade for this one. For this one, I enter my trade. I can wait till it breaks the neckline, but for this one, I mostly enter around this region if I get the confirmation candle. All right, guys. So now, how do we identify these patterns on the chart? To identify these patterns on the chart, see, now we just got one here. This is boom 1000. This is boom 1000. This is a double bottom right here. This is a double bottom. See double bottom here. You can see this is the first leg. This is the first leg. This is the second leg. When the price breaks the neckline, you place your trade. And if you look at it, it went far. See, this is so much money. That's so much money. All right, so that's for that one. Let me just check other ones. I see this as a double top here. Mind you, I'm on the 15-minute time frame. The another secret for this thing is the time frame you are. The time frame you are may not really show you the pattern clearly. Like what I would do, because in this case, to me, I can see this as a double top. While some persons may not see it, why I say that as a double top is because of the kind of a depression right here at this point. So let me go to the 5-minute time frame to see if it will be very clear. Because most times you need to go down to a lower time frame to try to see it clearly. Okay, look at it here. This is it. This is it. That's a double top. And you see it drove down. It drove far down. That is good money. See how far it went. So that is it. Most times you just need to switch from time frames to find candlestick patterns. Sorry, chart patterns. Double top, double bottom. So let me check. Let me check for another pattern, another opportunity, which would have given us money if we had wanted to trade. Here's a double bottom right here. Here's an opportunity right here. That's a double bottom right there. That's a double bottom. Let's keep checking. Okay, there's another double bottom right here. It's another double bottom. And like now, as you can see, the price came here. See where the neckline is here. If it comes down, one moment, please. It came down here. See where the neckline is. The neckline is here. It's not at the top of the leg. So I can enter my trade immediately the price breaks this neckline. Okay. So let's check for another opportunity. See how much it went. How far it went. This is another double bottom here. This is another double bottom here, guys. So the best thing is most times you need to just try to zoom out. Once you zoom out of your chart, you might easily notice all these patterns, because most times, and also the time frame that you are, try to moving in between time frames. You'll easily identify these things. Look at the double top here. There's a double top here, and you can see selling down. It's selling down, guys. knowing these patterns and being able to identify them is not just about knowing. Being able to identify them is another thing. And if you're able to identify them, guys, you can make good money. So much money. So much money. I would want to call this a double top, but it's too much. But it's actually a double top, depending on how you look at it, because um, in most cases I will also call it head and shoulders pattern, because although we've not talked about that here in this video, see, this is the right shoulder, the head. A moment, this is the left shoulder, sorry, the head. What am I drawing? Please forgive me. Left shoulder, the head, and this is the right shoulder. That's a head and shoulders pattern. So guys, knowing these patterns can help you do a lot, make a lot of money trading. I'm telling you guys, it's very good. If you're able to identify them, you will enjoy trading. Some people only trade kind of chart patterns, and it gives them good money. Let me check the patterns. Maybe let me just zoom in a little. I'll zoom out, see if I can easily identify. I'm not sure I can find any opportunity around here. I wouldn't want to call this I don't want to call this double top. No, although it will work. This looks like a double top here. Okay, this head and shoulders pattern, which we will talk about that later. But is a left, right, head and shoulders pattern right there. So guys, identifying this stuff is very easy, both on boom and crash and other synthetic indices. You can identify them if you just learn to zoom out and zoom in, changing between time frames. You'll find, I don't want to make this video too long, it's already too long, it's about 12 minutes. So the easiest way to identify these patterns is to zoom out, zoom in, change your time frames, and I assure you, you identify these patterns. And once you identify them, wait for your entry, get a good candlestick confirmation, then you go into trade. If you find these patterns on a higher time frame, man, it means you're going to make good money if you wait for the get a good entry. So I think I have to stop the video at this point. We shall talk about this same double top and bottom in the next video. Thanks. Peace out.